Just like a candidate waiting to sit for the final exams, the National Assembly today was a buzz of activities with the legislators winding up on the House business. And for some, this was a moment to look back into activities that left an indelible mark during the 11th Parliament.
Bill, we have seen members of ODM and the other side. We have seen them blowing, firimbis during occasions of state of nation address by His Excellency the President. Those are, I think, a few downs which we saw. But I think overall, we did what was possible. We did what we could do, given that we were the transitional parliament.
It was excitement, it was fun, it was egos, it was tyranny, it was fights. But I would like to congratulate the Speaker. Justin Muturi played very well. He tried to balance between the opposition and the ruling party. Of course, there were some times he also supported the nays. And of course, there are times where the tyranny had to work.
Just like two sides of a coin, the Kenyan public has been treated to fair share of controversies in the National Assembly that has arguably tainted the image of the House. But that, according to some of the members, is nothing to be ashamed about. One of the controversial members of Parliament, Millie Odhiambo, tells us she has nothing to regret over her continuous spats attacking the president. Reason being,
why would I regret that? You know, I love it the way everybody asks me like I'm supposed to regret. I can tell you one of the things that you probably don't know is that this country is divided right in the middle. Politics has divided us right in the middle. It has divided, and you know, when I had the spat, half of the country was cheering me on, and half the country was very annoyed. I can tell you, I can only speak in relation to that issue as a Christian. And as a Christian, I call it one of my Hosea moments.
With a record of 180 bills passed, the Assembly failed to pass some crucial bills. Key being the two-third gender bill that some members now claim was a chauvinistic move by their male counterparts, while for some it was more of a politically prompted move.
The formula to get the two-thirds gender bill, the formula is not yet out. Does it mean that you tell me, Sumra, we need to have a woman in Embakasi South, can you move out, we bring a woman? We have to come out with a formula. We have to create the constituencies for women so that women come in. But if you are talking of 299 constituencies, I think my hats off to those women who literally fight the battle and make it to parliament.
Two-thirds gender rule is unfortunate that we did not manage to pass it. And one of the reasons is I think there was no commitment from our male counterparts. Because we went out of our way, we did everything that we needed to do. We even took them for dates, lunch date, dinner date.
And I think it is something that we should continue discussing as a country, not necessarily on the question of women representation and women leaders, but more so on affordability of all the institutions we have created.
Politics also seem to be taking center stage in the lack of deliberation on the IALA nominees that has now reached a stalemate.
There's a stalemate. So where I sit, I don't see anything happening up to the 12th Parliament.
Can we have as many people proposed, and then the election is actually based on a wider choice? I do not understand why the code section where I belong could have their hopes.
Meanwhile, the MPs are yet to approve the crucial Division of Revenue Bill 2017 that will affect how money is disbursed in the counties.
Morning there were further negotiations, and yes, I confirmed that eventually there was an agreement, and so we will pass the Division of Revenue Bill before we leave, before we go on the recess. So I confirmed there was an agreement earlier in the morning.
Despite the House adjourning today indefinitely, there is still a provision for a House sitting to be held if necessary under the current dispensation. The leader of the majority or minority can write to the Speaker to recall the House. The lifeline of the 11th Assembly ends tonight, but that notwithstanding, they still remain members of Parliament until the midnight of August 7th, 2017, with most of them assured of a second term in the 12th Assembly. Dina Matengo, Ebru TV.